Look at these guys.
Waiting on you. It's a slick unit, man.
Dude, I'm telling you. Trying to
What are
keep.
these things? Snowshoes?
It's look like recovery skid. You know, get in the mud and.
You get stuck?
Yeah.
Past
Gee whiz.
10 to 30. You
I
want a
know.
beer?
Yeah. You're allowed to do that now.
I mean, don't be drinking and driving now.
You only got to drive 20 foot.
Just a few feet, right?
One for your cameraman.
Yes, sir. Awesome.
Man.
Hell yeah, man.
Love it.
It's looking good. You're looking ready for adventure in this unit.
Dude, I'm trying to keep up with it, get on your all's level.
Come on, man. We're pretty trashy.
I don't think you want to stoop down that low.
Welcome to the Working Class Bowhunter podcast. This episode is a special one because it is exclusive to Arrow Wild TV, which is pretty cool. We have Mr. Eric Hammond. We have Mr.
Doug Schmidt,
the Mustache Man.
Mustache.
And our guest, but we're kind of a guest for you at the same time. It's cool.
Yeah,
It's a collaboration.
That's what it is.
Mr. Johnny Utah.
Dude, it's all the cool kids are doing it nowadays.
That's right.
You know?
That's right.
It feels cool to be a cool kid.
It's
It's a little different too. We're here on a Saturday morning.
I know.
Hey.
And
Cracking beers.
raise your cans.
Yeah.
Cheers. Cheers, bros.
Hashtag
Yes,
not
yes.
a sponsor.
Yet.
Every time that we talk about beer, I want to pull a Brock Lesnar and be like, because they won't pay me anything.
Yeah, dude.
You know?
And Busch Light sponsors a lot of people.
We're not Instagram chicks, man.
That's true.
It's a tough reality out here.
It is tough out
But
here.
you know what? I'm trashy enough that I'll just keep drinking it.
It's tough out here in the mean streets.
Dude, I'm telling you, though, someone's like, hey, I'll give you $5 and a case of beer a month. Like, our podcast will be sponsored by them. So,
Oh, yeah.
Just be aware out there, people. Johnny, what's up, man?
Dude, I am living life, getting ready to hit the road. It's crazy. Like,
It's that time of year.
yeah, I've been looking forward to this fall all year long. Been planning it all year, and actually just landed that last minute Idaho elk tag. I didn't know if I was
Nice.
going to get or
Nice.
not. So, yeah,
Damn.
I'm like, dude,
I'm jealous.
It's crazy. I mean, every tag I put in for this year, I got. And
Oh, yeah.
dude, that horseshoe is it's firm.
Keep it going, man.
Yeah,
You're on cloud 9 right now,
yeah,
huh?
yeah.
Do you think you're chomping at the bit more to get out this fall because of, like, all the COVID bullshit? Like, we didn't get to do all the trade shows. We didn't get to all the social networking that we're supposed to do being in, like, hunting media. That didn't really happen.
Yeah, well, it's not that I don't like being at home because I love my wife and kids.
Of course, yeah.
But like once you get out on the road and you start hunting and traveling, then you come home and you start getting kind of anxious because everything was closed down and stores are closed down and trade shows and all that kind of stuff. And I'm like, man, where I'm happy is when I'm outside.
The real reason that we're in the media of outdoors is because of the outdoors.
Yeah.
And maybe that's not the case for a lot of people in the game, but
Sure.
if that's true, they're missing sight of why they're actually doing what they do, you know.
In the wrong place.
Yeah.
I mean, for love or likes.
That's right.
Nice.
It's tough out
I
here.
mean, even getting out and getting shit ready for the whitetail season around here is really refreshing. Getting out there and getting everything done.
Yeah, it feels nice.
Yeah.
I'm excited, man. Our first trip's coming up, like, quick for Antelope, and I cannot wait. So what is your first trip?
So first trip starts tomorrow, fly fishing. I got a fly fishing trip. So I didn't get to go to Canada this year because of the border closing.
Yeah,
So
for bear hunting?
Yep. So I was going to go back to Ontario and try
Like you were going to top your bear from last year?
Yeah,
Or
I was going to give it a whirl. I was going to go back there, and since the borders got closed, I needed to replace that episode essentially with something. And I'm like, well, man, I've been getting into fly fishing. I'm not very good at it, but I enjoy the hell out of it. So I thought, well, I'll just film that and make that an episode. So that's going to start tomorrow. Cool. I'm actually going up there with Grizzly Coolers.
Oh, awesome.
My buddy Ethan over there, who's a phenomenal photographer as well. And I come home, and then I've got like 10 hours. I allotted myself like 10 hours to pack my truck for everything that I'm going to need to go to Montana, public land, Antelope, live in my rooftop tent. Yeah. And then I go straight from Montana to central Kentucky to chase velvet whitetails.
Opposite side of the country.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, it's just down the road, you know. Right. And then I'll be down there for their opening day. And I'm actually hunting with an outfitter there. I'm not too proud to say I'm not going to or I'm going to an outfitter
Dude,
or whatever.
I will admit I'm not an outfitter anytime.
Yeah.
That does not bother me at all.
Well, I mean, I could like say I was hunting on public, but really with an outfitter or something.
Just shooting a deer and not recovering it, or
I don't want to do that. So
tough out here.
And then, so basically, I'll go there, hunt with my buddies at Whitetail Heaven Outfitters, and that's actually who I hunted my Florida Osceola with.
Oh, cool.
And so they have private land. They're not going to roll out the red carpet. They're not going to send a guide with me or anything like that. Yeah. But they're giving me, trespass permission, know what I mean, to go on their private property.
Semi-guided,
yeah.
Yeah, semi-guided. We got the spot. You just come figure it out.
Yeah, right. And so I've already been down there, and I've got cameras soaking already. Cool. Some cell cams, some Exodus cell cams sending me pictures. So then I park my truck in Lexington, jump on a plane, fly down to Pensacola, and I got to do a photo shoot for Sea Arc boats.
Oh, yeah?
So they're like, I didn't know this because I'm not real big into fishing, but whatever Ranger boats are to bass is what Sea Arc is to catfish.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, they're huge.
See, I don't know anything about that game.
Yeah, I don't know that.
Yeah. I mean, I just caught my first rod and reel catfish 2 days ago.
Yeah.
I didn't know they had a lot of catfish down there.
Dude.
I didn't know it was like a bumping business.
Dude, I'm telling you.
Fishing
we're talking like Moby Dick.
Fishing is way bigger of an industry than probably hunting because and I don't know why and everything, but when I first learned that, I was in Oregon out there with Loophole, and I hunted with Brandon Polinick, and I knew Brandon was a big deal. Well, come to find out, he is the deal when it comes to bass fishing, and just chat with him and kind of BSing in camp. I'm like, oh, I didn't understand that, you're making a very good living off catching bass and tournaments and sponsorships and
even locally, there's a bunch of tournaments around here, with the Wapsie River. There's a bunch of people catfishing, setting bank poles, and it's a huge deal around where we're at.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Well, I think access, and then also people don't feel as bad about killing a fish as they do killing a mammal.
No,
it's different
because you're catching it.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. It's even though catching deer is bridging the gap, it's not quite there.
Yeah, that is true though. It's different. Hunting's perceived different by everyone.
Oh,
yeah. I mean, not us, of course, but the general public. It's everyone can go fishing. It's no big deal.
Yeah.
Vegans are cool. I'm a vegetarian, but I'll eat fish.
Yeah.
It's
I think it's one of those things too. You can catch a fish and release it too. You can put it back in the water and it's going to be fine.
Hey, I'm telling you right now, I do like venison, obviously, but if I could catch and release deer, dude, that'd be cool. I'd be all about it.
Yeah.
It'd be awesome.
You have a limit every day like you're doing crappies and stuff.
Get the full experience. Get your 160 and be like, all right, buddy. All right, there you go.
Grow some more.
Be a 180 next year. Maybe I'll run into you.
Slap him on the ass.
You know how crazy? I never thought of it that way, but you know how crazy that would be?
It'd be so awesome.
It'd be way different, though.
Yeah.
The game would be different.
It would.
I like the way it is. To be honest.
I caught it and I killed it.
So what's the goals then? You mentioned going to Idaho. Mm-hmm. What's the goal?
Yep. So that's the other part of that is when I get back from the Sea Arc trip, I've got 3 days to pack all my gear for Idaho elk.
Yeah.
So you're not going to get much sleep in the next couple of months, huh?
No. Which, I mean, like the Grand Slam deal, whatever. It's caffeine, man.
It is what it is.
Yeah. You're chasing dreams, man. So,
100%. So the goal, the goals this year, I'll be disappointed if I don't kill a Boone and Crockett in every state.
A little unrealistic,
yeah, exactly.
But I like it. Shooting high.
Shoot for the moon.
Hey, I couldn't blame a guy if he would do that. Just don't be I'll take another one, I'm sure. Heck.
Yes, I need another.
I can't. That'd be great. You got to shoot for something here, but I know you're making a joke, but honestly, if you got an idea where you're going to go after, well, if that was your goal, I'd be like, he's going to be picky.
Yeah. No, man, I think we've talked about this even before. I love particular animals and I love particular hunts. Mm-hmm. And not to sound cheesy, but at 42 years of age, it's the location that's become more important to me. So before it used to be like, oh man, I want to go chase that animal or this animal. Now it's, I want to go to New Zealand. What do they have that I can go hunt? Right?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's weird. I've had a little bit of a flip flop, but
that's cool though. That's a good way to do that.
Because I want to see a lot of places. Mm-hmm. Like I said, man.
Well, and two, you could probably go to the same outfitter every year if you wanted to, but it's nice to go somewhere different and see different locations.
Or the same piece of public you're familiar with and feel comfortable and all that,
Yeah. I mean, within the first month of being a cop, the fear of death went away, but the fear of dying before I get to do everything I want to do in life, that's there.
Set in.
Yeah. So that's kind of the way it's always been. And we've talked about it in past podcasts, like financially, I was doing really, really well in life. And then I had a moment where I, was eating ramen.
I've been there, man. It sucks.
And I'm like, hey, look, chicken flavored ramen, it's not that bad.
It's not terrible.
Get the shrimp flavor, mix it up a bit.
I'll go there again if I need to, a little red hot.
Hey, it's part of it.
You ever
musket powder in there?
have some ramen to see where you're, do you remember where you were?
Exactly.
Take a bowl of ramen, it's like, good times.
Exactly. I remember back in the day.
So much sodium.
Mix the shrimp and beef together. Oh, Billy.
So, man, it's just trying to have really, really good experiences this year. And doing, obviously, photography, I want to create as much content as I can and try to help, the people that are helping me, partners and stuff like that. And,
of course,
and hopefully shoot some stuff along the way. I got a lot of tags. It's been an expensive year.
Elk. What makes you happy with an elk? Like, of course, I know the place and all that, but you're going to shoot an elk. What are you looking for?
One step above raghorn.
Hey,
I don't care. You know what I mean?
I appreciate that because that's where I'm at with an elk.
Because this will be your first elk, right?
Yeah, 100%.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, 100%. So, I like the spot and stalk. I've done antelope a few times, and this is just a bigger animal, and it's like turkey hunting is kind of poor man's elk hunting, right?
Yeah, they're interactive. And
So that's kind of the thing. But no, I'm looking to challenge myself physically. You guys know how much I like going to the gym and that kind of stuff. So I want to push myself mentally and physically, and I'll tell you, man, like I love whitetails, and I always will. But the more and more I go out west, the whitetails kind of drop a rung, just a little.
I know what you're saying because I can relate. Like starting to do some Western experiences, and there's going to be some people that are like, whitetails are the best, and they are. Like they hold a special place in all of our hearts. Like growing up in the Midwest and hunting them our whole lives, but it's the West is like the exploration, the unknown for guys like us that are east of the Mississippi. Well, Iowa, whatever. But it's still, you get
like 40 miles from you. It's on the other side of the river.
Yeah, you guys are west, way west. But Midwestern dudes going west is a cool experience. And it is the unknown and the country. And
I mean, even just going to Nebraska, one state over from us, in Iowa is totally different country.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm out west.
Right.
Yeah.
But I know what you're saying.
Yeah, well, and it's like, I mean, in case anybody's like, oh, well, damn, John's changing. He's not a whitetail guy. I have 4 whitetail buck tags, and I have 2 Western tags. So let's,
Yeah, because for
I'm
us,
still a whitetail guy.
Well, yeah, but, we're doing antelope this year, and I did antelope, mule deer, and bear hunting last year. But it's for a week at a time.
Right.
On weeknights if I'm home, we're whitetail hunting.
Whitetails is 365.
Yeah, it is.
Absolutely.
It is. Those are a week here. 2 weeks here, a week here, and then we're plotting the next
rest of the time is whitetail hunting.
And maybe that's what makes it so cool is it's because you go and do it for a week. Maybe if we all lived out west, maybe we'd be looking at whitetails as our escape.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. I think so. When I was in Wyoming, I was asking some of the guides, and the guys out there were like, is whitetails on your radar? Yeah, I'd like to kill like a 140 buck or better. It'd be awesome, like a good Midwestern, like typical heavy-bodied 140. And I'm like, come out. Let's figure something out.
Like, do you think it's as exciting, though, as us wanting to go out west? You know what I'm saying?
I don't
think it is.
I don't catch that vibe, but I catch, like, it's something I'd like to do.
Right.
It's something I want to do.
Right.
Well, and
they're interested in it.
Yeah, like, it's on the radar.
Sure. Well, and I've been out west before and had conversation with some, like, really diehard good Western guys, and they kind of look down their nose at whitetail guys.
A little. So I catch that vibe sometimes.
And they're like, all you're doing is just sitting in a tree. And I'm like, yeah, but I planted food plots for 7 days. I checked cameras 18 days. I scouted 42 days.
We catch a hard vibe because we hunt over crop fields and drink a lot of beer.
Yeah.
Hey, not denying that. But there's a lot of work in between all of that.
Oh, absolutely.
There is. It's totally different. And so when I went out to Montana this last time, and I shot a Boone and Crockett goat on public land out there.
Jealous.
And I was like, okay, I came to your sandbox and I killed a booner. You come to my sandbox and kill a
booner, right?
Yeah. Then let's talk.
Yeah,
That's fair.
right.
Yeah, that's fair. Mad respect for that antelope, by the way. Antelope are one of my favorite animals.
They're so pretty.
They're pretty. The hunt is fun. It's action the whole time, especially if you're doing spot and stock.
You can go as hard as you want or as soft as you want.
Yeah, yeah. You kind of make what you want out of it. You know.
I don't know. Yeah, I'll know in about 3 weeks. Huh?
You're gonna love it. You are absolutely
awesome.
gonna love it. I went elk hunting and was unsuccessful. Still had a blast.
Yep.
But like the adventure, it was different. Love antelope.
It is kind of nice being like in the action almost all the time.
Yeah. And in the way I do antelope is, using a mobile, app system, whether it be Base Map or something like that, and look at your public land. And I drive roads.
Yep.
And I've got a route mapped out. It's like 31 miles in my little section of Montana that I go to. And you go and when you get to the end, you turn around, you come back, you
Scout.
and you just go back and forth. And if
Burn
you're
up your optics pretty much.
Oh yeah,
You're doing your homework.
Yep. And you look and you're like, oh, there's a pile there. Not stockable this time. Keep going.
Yep.
Right.
So
That's
that
exactly
would be
what we
my
did.
advice to you going out there this year is don't burn yourself out on low percentage stocks. Just go ahead and instead of like wasting an hour on a low percentage stock, drive 10 more minutes or go 15 minutes further to look for a high percentage.
Right.
Right. It's a good tip. It's a pro tip.
Yeah.
I learned that quick. I went with the Buckstorm crew.
Yep.
Great dudes. You did meet them guys.
I did. Yeah. They're
I was
great.
going to hook you up with them. They're good dudes. But
Yeah.
you guys did get to meet and all that.
Uh-huh.
Awesome dudes. I learned a lot from them. And that's kind of what we did. It's like, we'll circle back later and see if those goats are still there and did all that. But it's such a fun hunt, man.
It is.
So much
I'm
fun.
freaking pumped.
You become more. Do you feel? I mean, obviously you're more interested in them after hunting them, but I'm so more just like antelope are badass after hunting them.
Oh, 100%.
You have a different respect for them.
Oh, in my opinion, they're the most humbling critter that I've chased. But at the same time, because you fail, and then an hour later you're back on another herd,
Right,
and you're
right.
like, oh, cool,
Yeah, that is.
I get a
true.
second chance.
Like the highs, like you go from super high to super low to super high.
Yeah.
Kind of.
So scout and drive and miles and just focus on the high percentage ones, and then the other thing is, oh well, we'll try again.
Yeah,
Right.
Like
You gotta
as
roll
long
with
as you
it.
do those two things, you will have an absolute blast the entire time.
Yeah, it's you'll love it, man.
I'm gonna have a freaking blast.
You'll love it. Let's talk about Arrow Wild has been kind of hitting it hard, and Carbon TV.
Yeah,
You're winning awards, man.
dude, that was super awesome.
You won the first Best in Hunting
Yeah.
Carbon TV award. And they've never done anything like this before.
No, it's the first time they did. I guess this is going to be their first annual Carbon Awards. But the show got nominated for Best in Hunting category and also Best Moment. The show was runner up in Best Moment. That was the bear hunt from the fall. But yeah, Best in Hunting was featured the Grand Slam, and
That's awesome.
it's cool because it was fan vote.
Yeah.
So that means
Makes it
more
better.
to me. Yeah,
That's huge.
It wasn't
Yep.
like Carbon had some inside baseball and picked it, and
yeah. So that was super neat, and it was crazy because they ended the voting, and then I was like, "So did I win?" Joking with them, and they're like, "You got to wait 14 days. We're going to make the announcement on the 14th." And I was like, "This is a ripoff." You know?
You're pissed.
Yeah, like I
like
already
me.
waited a month. You know, damn you. But
That's funny.
so Autumn and Julie, they sent me an email and let me know that the show won, and so that was cool. I mean, because there's some really talented people in the category, and there's a lot of talented producers and shows that are on the network as it is.
Yeah.
And so it was super jazzed up. I started out as Arrow Wild TV, and then it kind of transitioned to John, and then Arrow Wild was just the video part of it. And then now they've both kind of started to grow together, and I'm trying to push them together and stuff. But yeah, man, it's been a lot of fun.
cool.
I will always film my hunts. I know that I will. I enjoy it. So we'll just see.
I personally like the way you cut up the shows. So, like when I watched that episode, the Turkey Slam, I never got bored because you didn't allow time for boredom with your edits.
Keep it entertaining.
And, I'm not trying to, pat you too much on the back on your own show on our podcast, however we're doing this, but I will, because when I watched it, I enjoyed it. And we talk about that a lot on our regular series podcast. Like, some hunting shows do it right, Some overplay certain aspects of it, like the B-roll thing. I don't want to watch 25 minutes of B-roll.
Right.
You know, and
I don't need to see a leaf flutter.
There's a right amount. But as soon as I'm like noticing the B-roll, then that means it's too much.
Correct.
Because I don't video edit. You know, when we do our video stuff, it's somebody else doing it because it's not my interest. I like traditional podcasts are fun to me. It's just what we've always done.
It's way easier.
It's way easier, but it's also just I like it better.
Right.
You know, it's more accessible. But when I watch how you cut it up, I never got bored. You got to what you need to get to the whole thing. And I was like, damn. Whereas you could easily stretch that out into like 2 seasons of episodes if you wanted.
Oh, dude, there's so much footage, and that was the thing too. Like my producer Wade James, his company's called Ad Live Collective. He's out of Johnstown, PA. Him and his wife are like the dynamic duo, and they're super, super talented. And I was very fortunate to meet Wade like 4 years ago. He's the one that did the Work More Hours edit on my first short film. So after he killed that, I told him, I was like, all right, dude, like we're a team from here on out. You know what I mean? So he does a good job, but I give him a lot of leeway, and he picks my brain, and, you know, we kind of go back and forth, and I'm just, you know, I was like, look, I don't want to do one hunt per episode.
Right. And you easily could have done that.
Yep. Because there was so much footage.
But I still think if you would have went that route, it still would have been very watchable.
I think so, just because there was so much action.
You ever think about putting out, sorry, I'm kind of taking you off this, but do you ever think about putting out like bonus footage, extra content per hunt?
I was thinking about doing like making that the Patreon deal.
I was just going to say that. That'd be a good thing for Patreon.
Because I'd like to see that.
Yep, and just have a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff as well. Wouldn't be as highly edited.
Just raw out there.
Be
People
a lot
appreciate that.
Funny outtakes and shit like that.
It's either that or, you know, like handies at the rest area or something. I need to make some more cash, dude.
You're just a lot lizard.
Dude, I'm telling you.
Turn yourself into a lot
Production
lizard.
costs keep going up. Fuels, have you noticed fuel's like back to $2.15 a gallon?
It's tough, man. COVID.
It's tough out here.
Hey, I'm not judging. Start OnlyFans.
Mean streets. OnlyFans, that's, you know.
Yeah, they're not touching anything.
Dude, people buy feet pics every day. I'm just saying.
True.
I wouldn't know.
You got some good looking feet or what?
Creepy. No. My feet are so mangled from like track and cross country all those years.
Oh, yeah.
I've got some really veiny, nasty looking feet.
Someone's into them.
Yeah, you never know. These days, you never know.
There's a hashtag probably veiny feet. You know,
Arrow Wild OnlyFans. You have the OnlyFans logo on the back of the Arrow Wild truck.
Oh, that'd be great. I'll make a series of shirts with the thotties.
The thotties.
Please do it. It's for no reason.
Oh gosh, yeah, it's
dumb.
Yeah, Arrow Wild TV swag is available on the arrowwildtv.com. So
Merch is big, man.
Yeah.
Huge.
I love merch. People love merch, and it's a good way to support you know, a free media or I guess free content.
100%.
You know?
Yeah, 100%. So we kind of went back and forth, and then ultimately what we ended up doing is I said, well, what if we did a 2-part series? And we did the first 2 birds and then the next 2 birds. And he kind of hawed a little bit, and I'm like, okay, you're not feeling that. And he goes, man, let's just make one banger, and it's just the Grand Slam.
Yeah.
You know, just down and dirty, mostly the kill shots. And at the end of the day, it's turkeys. We all like turkeys, but as a general rule, well, Eric has a disdain with turkeys, but like as a general rule, you know, whitetail, elk, antelope episodes are always going to do better than turkeys.
Correct.
So I said, all right, screw it. We'll put it all as one, and then I got to go kill something else this year for an episode.
Yeah. No, I think that was a good move.
You
won an award off it.
Out. Yeah. So they said they're supposed to be sending some kind of award, like in the mail, and so I'm thinking I'm going to get on Amazon and get one of those like tuxedo T-shirts.
Oh, absolutely.
And like get a can of beer.
Oh, yeah.
Do like an acceptance speech.
You don't have to.
Hey, can one of us be like the dude at the podium and like call you in, like all dressed up, like slick our hair over, all corny?
Yeah.
We should have like all 3 of us just like announce it, like open the envelope and Johnny Utah.
Like it's a Nickelodeon Kids Choice Awards or whatever. Grammys.
Awesome.
That's cool though, man. I mean, assuming Carbon TV will be around for a while. I mean, we had video episodes on there and still thinking about doing more. But anyway, you know, it's kind of cool. You're the first ever winner in that category.
Yeah, and like out of all the categories, I didn't want to. I mean, no offense, please, nobody take this wrong way, but they had like best bloopers or the rope-a-dope moment and stuff, and that's all cool stuff. But like the best in hunting, that was the one I wanted to win.
That's what you're there for,
right?
Absolutely.
Everything else is extra.
Yeah,
I get it. That's cool. That's fair. I don't think that's offensive though.
No, I hope not.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
You can't apologize.
Everybody has feelings.
I had the best blooper. That's bullshit.
Yeah. Man, I used to like that cat. I don't fuck with him no more.
I was gonna say the F-bomb out. Fuck that guy. That's right. Johnny sucks. That's cool, man. I am proud of you. I was really pulling for you on that, and
I was too.
And to see, I started watching their announcements because they did like the whole, however their version of kind of the formal announcement. It'd been cool if they did like a legit thing. Maybe that'll come in the future. I'm sure COVID had a factor in them not being able to do certain things, but pretty freaking cool, man. So we've done some past episodes. Actually, you've been in here a lot.
I have. This is
quite
number
a bit.
5.
Yeah.
This is number 5. This is number 5.
Damn.
Gee whiz.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I mean, over the last year and a half,
year and a half,
roughly. Maybe a little longer.
2 years, maybe.
No, it was like, well, the first one was when I brought you that stand at the old place.
Yeah.
So
the old studio.
We're talking like maybe
a year,
like 14 months, something like that.
Yeah, about a year.
Yep.
So you did get to record in the old original working class studio, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And you've been here quite a bit, and even some, like with like Old Barn, you've been in, and so like our studio like guest stickers, you're like got a collection.
I'm collecting them. Yeah,
you're building it up.
He might be the guest we've had on the most.
I think so.
Maybe this year, I'll have to look.
Yes!
Clint Casper might be battling you, but those are two good.
What are you guys doing next week?
You busy? But we did the first episode we did in the old studio. We talked a lot about like your start, some of your business.
Yep.
So I've always kind of looked at you as a major businessman in the outdoor field, a marketing guy.
I appreciate that.
And I think people found your story interesting in that first episode, and that kind of that surged all of our friendships with you, and like basically is the reason why you've been so frequent, because conversation's great and it's easy and we're all friends.
Yeah.
So I've always looked at you as like Johnny Utah, the businessman and the marketing guy.
Yeah.
The business guy.
And people enjoy that talk, I think, because even though it's not necessary for hunting content, there's a good section of our listeners that like to know some behind the scenes stuff.
Yeah,
a lot
of people don't see it,
Well, a lot of people have
So it's
no
nice to
idea
hear-
and don't know how to have any idea or
Nice
where
to
to
hear
get
about
it.
Well, and if you hear his background story, you kind of get to know the guy even when you're just hearing it over audio, too.
For sure. And people also want to know where to spend their money.
Right.
So,
Yeah, it's well, I basically always been kind of that entrepreneur, type guy. That was always kind of my thing, and it's unfortunate that you have to bring the business side into what it is we do, because
it's cool to be
is a
transparent,
hobby.
though.
Yeah, but I mean, at the end of the day, like, last time I checked, Dodge wasn't giving away them trucks.
Absolutely.
They got good interest rates, but I mean, they ain't giving them away.
Right.
And so I'm not independently wealthy. I don't have an inheritance or a trust fund. I don't own a Red camera or any of that kind of stuff, and I don't live in my folks' basement. So things cost money, so you obviously try to monetize it. And at the end of the day, like, this isn't a nonprofit. So some people say, oh, well, you put stuff out on social media for clout or, to get likes. Yes.
Yeah.
Like, that's I'm trying to have a successful business.
Right.
Like,
Bottom how I make my living.
I think there's a lot of people that don't think about this. There's a lot of guys that go to work every day and that are miserable and hate on TV hunters. And some deserve it.
Yeah.
Some deserve it.
Sure.
Hate on podcasters, hate on free content people, and hate on us for having sponsors. But we're the ones hustling out every week. All the behind the scenes shit and time that you don't see, you're hating on. But meanwhile, you're miserable at your job because you didn't want to chase a dream.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Don't be mad at us for giving you free episodes, free podcasts, all that, and then having a 10 to 15 minute sponsor plug at the beginning because we're trying to do something that we love.
Well, and I've even seen things where people are
Can
like...
I say something real quick?
Yes.
Fuck you if you're that guy.
Yeah, there you go.
Absolutely.
In case you were wondering who that's directed at, it's you if you're that guy.
Yeah. If you thought about it, it's fucking you.
Yeah. And I've seen some stuff. I get it. the things that have gotten out of hand, that's a thing that I'll even get in behind and champion. That's gotten kind of preposterous. Like,
for sure,
if you've never killed a whitetail, I'm sorry, you're not a whitetail influencer.
Yeah, you can't tell me that I should buy whatever brand.
Right.
Yeah,
it's not going to happen.
If
you've only killed one, you still don't qualify.
You're on your way. But
you're getting there. You're getting
you
there.
got to start.
You're doing better than the guy who hasn't killed any, or the girl, whatever.
I'll take what your deer activity was. I'll take that information just because I'm curious, what the deer activity is in the woods. But
of course,
I'm not going to say, take your advice on what stand I should hunt out of.
Yeah, for sure.
But you also get a lot of haters that are like, well, these influencers are all bullshit.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's imagine this for a second. You remove all hunting from cable television. You remove all influencing from hunting-related Instagram and Facebook pages.
Yep.
What the fuck happens to the hunting industry?
It's interesting.
Everybody plays video games.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Kids never get into it. Nobody goes out. Well, if you're a real hunter, you'll hunt to hunt. That's cool, but I'm 42. I have an expiration date. I'm going to die.
Yeah.
But the future of hunters, if they're not influenced, they're not going to do it.
Yeah, they wouldn't.
And if they're not buying license, then that's not conservation money, and that's not going back to wildlife, which is kind of what we're all doing, is respect of wildlife and hunting.
Yep.
So people need to be careful about drawing the line. And
That's a good point.
And I might attract some unwanted attention on myself for towing that line.
Yeah.
But fuck it. I've got big shoulders, like metaphorically and physically.
Yeah.
So fuck 'em.
Yeah. Hey, I love it. But the guys that bring on some of that, and we do,
Sure.
especially I do, especially on myself, and I draw the podcast into it. But I'm transparent about how I feel about certain things, and I'm open about it. I'm willing to talk about it. But I think that makes the outdoor media industry better, because it helps the people who are consuming content or spending their money on certain products, makes them go, oh, that guy is a shitbag. I'm not going to spend my money there or support that. I'm going to support guys who are doing it for the right reasons, that have integrity, that actually care about the outdoors, that are in turn, going back to what you said, influencing the next generation, if you will, and bringing in hunters' dollars and ethics and everything else. It all comes full circle. I'm willing to take on some hate. If I'm calling out nothing but bullshit in our industry, and all our other industry peers that are doing dirty stuff hate us because of it, but our listeners go, hey, thank you, cool.
Yep.
Yeah.
All day.
Yeah.
All day long.
100%. No, and that's just it. And what is it? There's that phrase bad press is good press, or what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
We could be talking about COVID, but if we're talking about, well, this guy poached and this guy switched brands, and hey, at least we're still talking about hunting.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's still leading that conversation. So,
for sure. And then it's also our job to, as a podcast, and you have your own angle being in video and everything else is
right.
We kind of make jokes about it if there's a funny story. I mean, I don't want to get in the just listen to the podcast. We have tons of examples, but no need to do that here. Unlimited time.
Any one of the 370 past podcasts,
you'll figure it out.
Yeah, there's something in there but we're just being straight up,
honest, man.
No, and it's funny because that's what I dig about you guys. I mean, when I first got into the space, it was kind of eggshells. You don't want to bother anybody, and you got to go with the flow. And then you have those conversations with the old men playing shuffleboard. Fuck it, I'm 70 years old. I'm doing what I want.
Right.
And then I kind of got to that position where I'm like, wait a second, you can still be respectful and have your opinion and do what you want to do and do it your way. And thankfully, I think a lot of people that follow hunting, maybe they don't have aspirations of doing podcasts or doing photos or doing video.
Absolutely.
But they're fans and followers of the industry.
Yeah.
And I think they are people appreciate that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Sincerity and authenticity and people just being real.
Yep. For sure.
I mean, constantly, I'm always changing the brands that I'm working with. And I'm going to trademark this. So nobody steal this.
But you don't say that if you don't want anyone to steal it.
Your two ladies already trademarked.
Already filed the paperwork, bitch.
It's in process.
But it's people first, product second, but they both have to be awesome. And
I like that.
That's been a motto and I can apply that to all Johnny Utah Creative, Arrow Wild TV, Bourbon Barrel Calls, everything. I want to work with the best people. Now, it can't be the best human with the shittiest product either. You know?
Right.
But I mean, I have to have good people, and I'm constantly monitoring my stuff. And I recently am going through a little bit of a change, with one of the brands that I was working with, and it turns out they do not share the same beliefs. And I try not to let politics and social media, current events get into my business side of things.
Get in the way of it.
But with hunting, it kind of taps into some of the political with policy and like government lands and shit like that.
There's a fine line there, I think.
Yeah,
it is.
Our industry is a little different. I hear what you're saying.
Yep. And so I recently had kind of a little bit of a falling out with one of the brands I was working with, and they don't share my same appreciation for police and military.
Interesting.
And I'm sure anybody that follows me in the coming weeks and months, they will notice certain gear changes that I'm making. And
sounds like a good it's a gear change for a good reason.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and the company makes a great product. But man, it's just one of those situations where and not the company as a whole, but some of the people there within the company
makes a difference.
Don't we all kind of judge on who we associate ourselves with?
Yes,
I believe that's been a hot topic even on this podcast recently. So,
100%,
you're only as good as the company you keep. And I get it. Freedom of speech is one thing, but when you're in the social media sector and anytime you put information out on social media, that is almost a waiver dismissing your freedom of speech a little bit.
Yeah.
Because you would just put it out there publicly. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you kind of have to understand, and to me, it's a very liberal thing.
Can I be the bad guy?
What's that?
What company was it?
In fear of a possible slander, I don't want to say the name.
Okay.
But it'll be obvious.
Okay. I had to be that guy for a second.
We're going to get there.
Yeah, it'll be obvious.
Okay.
Maybe when my stack looks like Eric's over there, then I'm like,
Saturday morning, they're tasting good, man. You want another one?
I'm
give him two
almost.
more. You want a shotgun one?
How you doing? You need one more?
Camera guy's like,
yep. Camera guy Drew over here needs one.
Well, we're on the bottom half of the 30 already.
Already? Oh,
whoops.
Whoops.
Now, and that's another.
Sorry, Johnny, I didn't mean to.
No, you're good. No, I mean, like I said, it's just one of those things. Like I said, the company and their products are great.
Yeah.
But just I have an issue with some of the people.
That's fair.
Yeah, and,
that's totally fair.
Yeah. So, putting everybody on notice. I'm watching.
I see you.
Doug, say you're saying.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Yeah. Hey, it's kind of one of those deals, man.
But I respect you for that because, you could have just turned a blind eye and kept working with him.
And kept taking money. And, And I now the wife was like, really? Like, you got to be so damn patriotic. And I'm like, sorry.
That flag in the backyard.
Yeah. And she's like, no, I get it. I get it. It's just.
Says a lot about your character, man.
Yeah. I'm like, look, I've been poor before and I'll be poor again. I don't give a crap. I'm literally I'm joking. I'm actually like one step above poverty as it is.
Hey, but you're doing what you like.
I'm like, you got a grace period on that invoice?
What's my limit here?
Yeah, exactly.
That's funny.
But no, I mean, so maybe Patreon is a thing. Maybe sell some more swag.
I think Patreon's great, man.
Dude, I'm going to hit up like Marathon or Shell.
Who?
Marathon or like Shell, like
BP?
Yeah, like a gas station.
Petroleum, cuz
Pilot. Isn't T-Bone sponsored by Pilot?
Oh, that'd be great.
Oh, I have no idea.
He's sponsored by a Pilot or like Flying J or something. Same thing, I think.
That's what I need. I need gas money.
Yeah,
I need gas money.
It's a good move.
Yeah,
it's a good move,
dude. That's one of my biggest expenses. Like, I've been looking at my budget this year, and I'm going, damn, I'm splashing the pot in fuel.
Yeah,
but
buy a smart car.
I'd be kind of hard to camp out of that.
But you get your hotel money wrapped up in that rig.
It's true. I'm saving money there because that's the other thing people don't realize too. Like, some of the expense of doing this kind of stuff. Like, nobody wants to see my self-film footage. So then, me as a videographer, photographer, then I'm hiring videographers, photographers. Yep. Drew has been getting into cameras a lot here lately, and actually, I met Drew in Nipigon, Ontario. You know what I mean? Hunting, last fall. So one of the smartest guys I know, and I'm like, all right, he's getting into cameras. He'll know every square inch of a camera, and then I can teach. You know, it's kind of like a start dog and a finish dog, like a bird dog.
Yeah.
I was like, I can finish him because he's got a start already.
Yeah.
So anyways, he's going to do a little bit of filming with me this year and whatnot. Cool. And his motivation is, one, learning the cameras, and two, the travel.
Yeah.
Geographics, like seeing cool shit.
Sightseeing,
for sure. And that goes back to, like what you said, with like the expense, even trade shows. We would love to do every trade show.
Yeah. Hotels, travel,
meals. That's what kills you.
And, you know, like, say,
booth prices.
Yeah.
Beer.
Well, and I would sleep under my truck if, like, worst comes to worst. But, like, you're traveling with a camera guy, like, he might not want to sleep under the truck on gravel. Right. And, you know, these things start adding up. Day rates of filming, food for both humans, hotels, gas,
booth space for trade shows.
Yeah, man.
Everything adds up.
Yep. I mean, I think I just dropped $600 on the elk tag.
Yeah, that adds up quick too. Like, and you know, that's part of the gig. Like, we get that for everyone that's like giving us the eye roll. But you know, if you're trying to chase a dream or make something out of it, out of what you love, there's a heavy price to pay with a lot of that stuff that you don't think that nickel and dimes you just over in time throughout the year.
100%, man, 100%. And it's so hit or miss. Like, even on the freelance photography side, you know, I'll be busy, you know, with a couple of shoots back to back, and then I won't hit a lick for like 30 days or so, and you're like, damn, come on.
Yeah.
Anybody need some Tinder pics? Take it.
I'll take feet pics for your OnlyFans.
Yeah. I mean, I can make it look big.
Nice. You just we'll talk later.
I got like an 8mm lens.
We can
do some work.
Doug, we'll talk later. Doug's mustache is he's got a little comb out, just
stroking his mustache.
He gives me the old instead of with the eyebrows, he does it with the mustache.
That's amazing.
That's what I was telling Kurt the other day. We were on the phone, and I said, "Man, you got to have Doug in there more." I was like, because I'll be listening to podcasts.
Johnny, I forgot.
What?
I forgot to have him dressed like Dale for the video podcast.
He even got a brand new Dale.
He even got a new shirt.
I know. That's why I commented. I was like, "That's lit."
we had the conversation, man. I forgot. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
He's like, you got to have Doug dressed like Dale.
Where he just sits here the whole time, just looking like him.
Don't say anything.
Just
drink a beer.
I'm so upset that I forgot about that.
Well, and we were going back and forth that we were going to have we were going to throw out little zingers all the time. We're like, I don't know, man. Sometimes you just got to get in the buck woods and rattle their cage. I don't know. They're intimidating.
Just drop the Intimidator references the whole time.
I said with a smirk the whole time. Man,
I'm so upset I dropped the ball on that. Dang it.
All you could do, you could really screw up and be Jeff Gordon. You know what I mean? Just keep throwing out stuff all the time.
He just sitting in the corner the whole time.
I just chuckle at the Jeff Gordon comment. That's all I do the whole time.
Damn it. It's hilarious. But that's what I was telling Kurt. I said, man, so you got to have Doug on there because I'll be listening to a podcast and then you'll just hear like a one-liner under his breath and I'm like dying laughing.
Yeah, Doug's good at that. That's his role.
That's my role, yeah. I just sit back and wait to strike.
Wait to strike.
Just waiting
just
for
lying
it.
And wait.
God dang, that's funny. Damn, I forgot about the Dale thing, man. I'm so upset about that. Sorry, Johnny. That would have been so funny.
Yeah. You didn't need to carry that shirt with you.
Apparently, yeah.
Hey, we'll do another one, and we'll just have him do it then.
That's too funny. And you have the sunglasses.
Oh, yeah. You got the hat.
And no bullshit. You actually look like him.
For sure.
You throw the mustache and the sunglasses and the jersey.
Hey, that's how you'll win. We'll purposely win next year's Carbon Award for an episode with whatever category. Yeah.
Just have him hunt the whole time in that outfit.
Leather jacket. We could do it.
Sunglasses.
We'll get one.
Negative 10 out.
I think I have a black leather jacket. We'll get it embroidered like Winston.
No, I have one.
Oh,
he has the actual
He's got the whole getup, man.
It's authentic.
I know, damn
dude, it is authentic. It smells like cigarette smoke too.
An old race fuel.
Oh my god!
For time's sake, anything else we got to cover, man?
Man, I don't know.
Hard transition.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Yeah, that was hard.
Hey,
okay,
I'm a professional.
No more laughter. We're back to business.
Serious. What's up, Johnny?
Yeah. No, man. I mean, love coming in here, hanging out with you guys.
Love having you.
And excited about your all's hunt, your antelope hunt coming up, especially you going out there for the first time. So
You're
I'll be really anxious.
Am I going to get a little antelope trophy this time?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I think they make those.
Little turkey.
Yeah. That was awesome.
I got mine in my toolbox at work. I look at it every day. It's hilarious.
I came across those and I was like, here's my deal. I will pay money to make other people smile or laugh.
Oh, yeah.
Dude,
For sure.
All day,
I
every
keep
day.
it right here on the little headphone amplifier in the studio.
That's why I made you the little weld art thing. I'm like, I know he would love this
Dude,
thing.
that thing is so badass. Everybody comes in my office like, that thing is so rad. You know,
Yeah,
I'm like, hell yeah, it is.
Cool.
I'm like, pick it up. It weighs about 82 pounds.
Oh, yeah.
It's stout. Yep.
Well, thanks for coming, man.
Dude, thanks for having me. I really appreciate you guys doing this.
Of course.
And,
well, thank you.
to anybody, everybody watching, like, if this is the first chance hearing working class bowhunter guys, check their stuff out. They're super, super funny guys. They keep it real all the time. And they've had a lot more guests on here that are way cooler than me, with a lot more clout and fame. Yeah.
Well, it's all fun, man. I'm excited about the collaboration. It's cool to be on an episode of Arrow Wild.
Yeah,
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And I don't know if this type of thing happens often in outdoor media.
No.
Is this maybe the first time?
It might be, because I tell you, like, here's the thing, man.
Hey, it's the first time. We'll just
People are too egotistical. You know what I mean? Nobody wants to do these kind of collab stuff.
Yeah.
It seems like, and
I like it, man. It's fun.
Yeah, you guys have a great platform, and obviously I'm not in your all's lane, and it's and even if I was, or even if you guys were filming, like, I don't care. Like, you guys are good dudes, so
It's better.
yeah,
Because
it's a lot of
people
fun.
who consume our content have a really high chance of consuming your content.
Absolutely.
Even if we were a show, why not merge it?
100%. Like, that's the funny part. I always point out, I'm working class. Like, I am a working class.
Yeah.
Like, came from it my whole life as
You don't
well.
have to be a welder, and I love welders.
Yeah.
What up? And appreciate the welders. Like, they're some of the grittiest dudes that listen to our show. Love them.
yeah.
But you don't have to be a welder to be considered working class.
Exactly.
Right? It's a
Yeah.
mindset.
Yeah. I mean, that's
Doug sits in the AC office, but
Yeah, I'm on the computer all day, but still working.
he thinks about welders
and
a
he's
lot.
just thinking about one-liners.
I get yelled at. I get yelled at by welders all the time.
Qualified.
Yeah, you're in.
You weld better, bro.
He's got that salary. He's got that salary brain,
Salary brain. The wage brain shirt, just rocking proud.
I love it, man.
Hell yeah.
It's super cool, man. I appreciate you guys doing it.
I appreciate you coming in.
Yep.
It's a wrap.
It's a wrap.
Let me close it out working class style.
Do it up.
Everyone, thanks for listening. You know what to do. Go shoot your bow. We
Yes,
love
sir.
you.